course, during 9/11, ERS at Gander have the responsibility of ensuring, I guess, safeguarding landings and departures if there's an accident or an incident and responding appropriately. During that day, of course, we had 38 heavies divert in a very short period of time. All of our firefighters were on, I guess, out on standby positions, which means we're positioned close to the runways to ensure safety in the event something occurred. A lot of these aircraft that were inbound, of course, were heavier than normal. They dump fuel. Of course, a heavy aircraft landing, you've got problems potentially with hot brakes, could have blown tires, and various other problems. The tires and the brakes can overheat, and then you can have fire. So our guys were just standing by to ensure the aircraft landed and taxied in and parked in the appropriate positions. And once that occurred, of course, then you have a security component. Everybody was concerned about obviously what happened in New York. Where one of these aircraft, was anybody a terrorism type potentially being on board these aircraft. So the aircraft were all isolated, and of course our firefighters were standing by in their actual fire hall at the time, because that's part of our emergency procedures when it comes to security issues. And we stood by until we got the green light, and then of course we boarded the aircraft and provided any first aid that was required to these passengers. And a big part of our evening's work, I guess, was delivering medications, because the passengers, of course, had an unanticipated lengthy stay on board the aircraft, and people had, diabetes or heart conditions, so we had to get the local pharmacies had to bring up all kinds of various medications, and they had to be delivered to the aircraft itself. I guess the big change for us is our mindset. I'm not saying in the past I never thought about security issues, but now when we have emergency diversions, be it right from a sick passenger to an unusual object on an aircraft or suspicious package, I guess nobody's innocent anymore with the way the world has been. So we are always thinking in the background that is this real? What's the probabilities? Even like say if we had a sick passenger come in, we need to make sure that we have a security mindset when we approach the aircraft. So we always think things now in terms of security. We have mock disasters every 2 years, and we always have a security component related to a terrorist or some sort of bomb activity or explosive device. We always have a fairly big component of our exercise pertaining to that, and procedures relating around responding to that type of incident. So yes, it certainly has changed, but firefighters, we still do what we always do. That part hasn't changed, but in the back of our minds now, of course, we always think a little bit more in the security mind.